This is a video about martial arts instructors or martial arts practitioners, and I'm going to reflect on a statement that has been made for quite some time by a friend of mine who's a karateka, who's a master, grandmaster, I would say, sensei. He prefers oftentimes to be just simply called sensei. And he always says, and he did a response to a situation and a video here not too long ago. One of the statements that he always makes that he has coined is, just shut up and train. That's Sensei Holly here in Cincinnati. I'm using that right now. Just train. Just go ahead and train. And what do I mean by this is that here, over the past, I can say many years, but over the recent several years, maybe 3 years or so, I've seen people tearing down or attempting to tear down other martial arts masters and grandmasters and instructors and so forth. But before I go any further, let me preface those issues by saying this. There were some who said that that was me tearing someone down when I made a video many years ago about a grandmaster who was supposed to be blocking a punch or two that was thrown at him by the late great Bruce Lee. There are people who say, well, I was attacking that individual. What if the news media made an observation and made that statement that this person didn't block Bruce Lee's punch? What if the news said that? Would it be different? What if the President of the United States was in attendance at that time and made the statement, he didn't block that punch? What if he made it? Would that have made the outcome or the vitriol that was thrown at me, would it have made it any different? Would they have not said anything at all? Does it matter who it was that made the comment that, oh, he didn't block Bruce Lee's punch? I mean, how many times have we all made observations and we saw what we saw, and that's what we saw? So when did it become a crime to observe something and give your viewpoint of what you observed, and it's not just you attacking someone? When did that ever happen? This behavior here amongst martial arts practitioners, and martial arts is predicated on discipline, right? In every aspect of your life, not just kicking and punching, right? So when did we get to the point where we're so sensitive to a person giving you their viewpoint? That's the same when you go to a martial arts sporting competition and you have 5 judges sitting there on a panel and you have a person performing a kata or a hung or a routine. All of the judges don't vote in favor of that person. A couple judges vote against that person being the winner or how they placed. You accept that, don't you? Did you not notice in that example I just said, all of the judges may not vote you in, and all of the judges don't vote everybody in on American Idol, on America Who's Got Talent, on any sporting event. All judges don't vote the same. Even in boxing, all of the rounds are not given to just one person in every instance. Some people vote against. So can you not accept criticism? That's the point that I'm getting at. You can't accept criticism. When you get to the point as a human being, as a mature, supposedly mature adult, where you cannot accept criticism, even when it's not directed against you, it's about something that someone observes that you're doing. You can't accept criticism. You're showing that you are a child, or you're behaving childish. Now, there's no way to undo what I just said. And I'm not going to change what I just said. And it doesn't make what I just said not the truth, because it is the truth. The point is, many of us don't want to face who we really are. We're childish and we haven't grown up. I don't care how many belts you have in karate or some form of martial arts. I don't care who you think you are, how many grandmaster belts and ranks you have. It doesn't make you the creator. Our true master on this planet is on this planet and beyond, and that is the creator who is responsible for all of us that's being here and all of us who are living on this planet. That's the true master, if you want to call it what it is. If you want to keep it 100, there's only one master, and that's God, the creator. So all of the titles that we have here on this planet are temporary. They are only here. They're only here to swell our egos for a moment, and then we all die and we're all gone, and they mean nothing. Preach, brother teacher. Now, these guys walking around flaunting that I'm a 10th degree black belt in this, and this person is not a black belt in this, and this person is not who they say they are. What in the world does that have to do with you? If you are who you are, be satisfied, be content with what you are if it's legitimate. The world will tell you what you are. It'll speak loudly. But if you have to walk around pointing the finger, talking about what someone hasn't accomplished, and that someone is not this good and somebody's better than it, or that you're better than that individual, you really need to go and reevaluate yourself. And maybe you've never evaluated yourself at all. Look in the mirror, and that's what you get. But be honest with yourself when you look in the mirror. And not just the physical mirror. Look in here. The id, the you, who you really are. And you know who you really are. And you know who you really are not as well. You're just painting a picture, trying to make people think that you are humble when you really are not. I get so tired of people walking around talking about, oh, so-and-so made themselves a black belt. Oh, so-and-so made themselves a grandmaster. So-and-so made themselves a Soki. So-and-so made themselves this and that. Stay in your lane where you are. And these statements can be very well true. But why are you dwelling in on it? So much so that every other conversation we have, you talking about this person. They made themselves this and that. What does that have to do with you? Do you feed them? Do you pay their bills? Did you bring them into the world? No, you did not. Stay in your lane. Stay in your space. Stay on your square. That's where I'm at. Now, I could go deeper into this. I most truly can, because I know what I'm talking about. So now, I don't care if you're a doctor of this art and a doctor of that. I don't care if you're a guru of this and that, or if you are a grandmaster, a master, or a professor of this and that. Whoop-de-doo. More power to you. That's great. But get off your ego a little bit. And stop trying to make everyone else seem as though, or feel as though, that they are less than you and that you're greater than them. This is real teaching that you're getting right here. This is real teaching. If you are a master, where your students at? It could be 2 students, but where they at? If you are a master, where is your contribution to society and the world at? Don't stand in the shadows whispering to somebody else who thinks just like you. Oh, did you see what so-and-so said? And he thinks he's this and he's that. Nobody needs you. You're just taking up space, and you're pretending to be something that you really are not. And the paper doesn't define you. That certificate on your wall doesn't define you. Those 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 trophies don't define you. How many championships you've won don't define you. What's in you is what defines you, because that thing that's in you is projected outside of you, and people see that. And don't think that everybody don't know. They do. They know more than you think they know. You don't have to force mastery. You don't. When you have achieved a certain level in life, period, when you have achieved a certain level in life, period, it will speak, capital IT. It will speak for itself. You don't have to force it on people. You don't. So, while you out there talking about other people and what they're not, you'll hear me make critical decisions, and you'll hear me make critical thinking decisions based on what I know to be a truth or a fact. But it's not for the fact that I'm trying to destroy somebody. It's not for that reason. I'm bringing some things just simply because I'm a creator here. I'm no different than anybody else talking about a particular subject. You can take it however you want to take it. But people who have a little bit of common sense, a little bit of intellect, who know how to discern things properly, who know how to keep things in proper perspective and context, those people are going to get it. Everybody else is just everybody else. Okay? I'm not worried about everybody else. So, are you one of those people out there that call yourself a master, grandmaster, a Soki, a Hanshi, or whatever? How does your life measure up? And you see people who hear me talking like this, they get incensed, and all of a sudden they want to talk about you this way and that way and say, hey, look at him. They try to find dirt on you. They try to make it seem as though that you don't know what you're talking about and that you're not worth anything. You know what? My first alliance is there. That's who I owe my alliance to first, not to man. You follow who I'm saying? What I'm talking about, right? The Creator is my first priority, and man is right there after that. So I have no reason. I don't get any rewards. I don't get any cookies. I don't get any cash for downing somebody, putting somebody down. What do I stand to gain? Nothing. So why are you talking about people? I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the ones who's talking about people. Why are you trying to defame people? Why are you doing it? And the very fact that someone will be brutally honest with you, you attack that person. It's always that way. Anytime someone tells you about yourself you don't want to hear the truth, you begin to attack them. You try to get some war against that individual, mounted up against that person. You try to get a bunch of your comrades together so you all think the same. That's evil thinking. It's not martial arts. It's not Bushido. It's not the way. It's not the Tao. It's not. It's something else. I think I've spent enough time here. The whole nature of this video was about people that claim to be martial artists and practitioners who say that they're devoted to that particular craft, but they beat up on other people because really they see the flaw in them and not the ones that point their finger at. Tell me what you think. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.